And we cruising the class in style. Hey guys, we're here at the John Stone right here in E-Town. Cruising Cadillac style, baby. I'm loving it, Dave.
So smaller equipment, you can put in smaller equipment because you don't have to worry about those huge losses in an attic. Lower operating costs, that's a selling point. No longer need to provide a sealed insulated attic access. Why? Because it's conditioned space. You're going to reduce sound transfer into the building, reduces moisture infiltration because we have conditioned attic, right? We're not going to have, you ever go in an old attic? What's in an old attic? Dust and nasty, and who knows what that stuff is up there, right? But particulates, allergens entering the duct system in an attic. A conditioned attic does require that you have a supply duct in it, but I think it's only like 20 CFM. I've got it in there somewhere. I can't think of the reason I like it because it's not 140 degrees back then. But so these are a whole lot of good reasons to do it. This is just showing a spray foam conditioned attic. Same thing with crawl spaces. If you've got duct in a crawl space, why do we need to have those heat? Why do we need to have heat losses and things to concern? Another thing, what about the plumbing in that crawl space? Why don't we just make it a conditioned space? Insulate the perimeter of it, put a vapor barrier down on the floor of the crawl space. I don't know about you guys, but that looks better than most crawl spaces I've been. The fresh air requirement for a 2,500 square foot house with 8-foot ceilings, and it's a 4-bedroom. So how much fresh air do we need in that house if the blower door test fell below 5 Fahrenheit? We're going to calculate our percentage of fresh air. It's 95 degrees outside. I don't want to bring in fresh air when it's 95 degrees outside. So you can have parameters set up inside the controls and that kind of thing. So here's just a fresh air damper right here. A lot of times you may want to also have a manual damper so you can adjust it for a maximum that it might pull to. Just to have some way of overriding that thing just being open or closed. Because usually they're not going to be proportional in a residential type system. Inches of ducts running across the roof of this house. And outside. You think that's sweaty? How much loss you think that had on your hot day? That's just insane. But it was the worst duct system I've ever saw. The guy that sent me the pictures came back to a class later and I was showing his pictures he sent me. He said, "Did I tell you about the one in the kitchen?" I said, "No." He says, "They had the actual supply grill in the kitchen was in the cabinet door." He said that they didn't lose the use of the cabinet because you could open it because they had flex on it. So you could open
I forgot.
So, anyway, he removed all. You guys would like to have that job. Not me. Here's something that's a little closer to what we do. That's some big old metal. We can climb into that. How many of you guys have not been cut by sheet metal? Okay, it's pretty unanimous. Usually is. I haven't found any exceptions to that just yet. Health and safety in the workplace, you never know when you might need it. So,
It's a beaver.
it's a beaver, yeah.
A tree fell.
So you never know when you're going to need that. But these are some things that happened to some HVAC people this in 2017. We're working on a heat pump service call. He had been in the attic and outside to check the equipment. Then he headed under the house to change the air filter for the customer. Upon touching the air handler cabinet, he became locked and grounded by a wire that was shorted to the air handler's metal cabinet. He was wet from sweat from being in the attic as well as outside in the hot humid air. He was locked to the air handler. After some 15 minutes, the homeowner called him. He didn't answer. The homeowner went under and found he was able to knock him off the unit and freed him. The owner then dragged him out and started CPR. EMS arrived and continued CPR on the way to the medical center, where the medical staff also continued CPR. But the doctor pronounced him dead. He was only 22 years old with a wife and an 8-month-old. Died Tuesday afternoon after falling 35 feet off the Blackstone Valley Cinema Deluxe.
Con vết basta ao cumprir o código.
Downtown E-Town. Hardin County History Museum. It's the old town here, guys.